We are continuing to follow breaking news from all corners. Former Vice President Mike Pence has dropped out of the 2024 presidential race. He made the announcement Saturday at the Republican Jewish Coalition Annual Leadership Summit in Las Vegas. He received a standing ovation from the audience.
We always knew this would be an uphill battle, but I have no regrets. Now, to the American people, I say this is not my time, but it's still your time. I urge you to hold fast to what matters most: faith, family, and the Constitution of the United States of America.
Joining me now on the phone is Jacob Rosen. He is a CBS News campaign reporter and was there in the event in Las Vegas. So, Jake, walk us through how the crowd really responded to the surprising announcement today.
Well, that's right, Lana. The crowd, I heard audible gasps. I don't think people expected at a speech by a set of former presidential candidates that Mike Pence would be dropping out. He gave the first half of his speech was mostly about Israel, the need to keep the United States in support of Israel, the need to elect a president that is supportful of Israel in basically all facets. And Mike Pence pivoted about halfway through the speech, saying that, basically there's a time that he's had to acknowledge and basically say that, the time of his presidency and his campaign is over, but that he would be working to support presidential candidates moving forward.
And Pence's campaign, it's not a secret, it failed to gain any traction since he announced. Still, as you say, this was a surprise. The audience reacted that way. What do you make of the timing?
Well, it's very interesting. Mike Pence would have had to file to run in the South Carolina primary in just a couple of days, and the filing fee of that is $50,000. Mike Pence also had not yet announced whether he had qualified for the next debate in November with all the other GOP candidates in Miami on November 8th. So those are two big, deciding factors, I'm sure, in former Vice President Pence's speech. But his campaign also had kind of struggled. They racked up a lot of debt, according to the most recent FEC filings. And after that, basically, I think his fundraising numbers just weren't where they need to be.
And he also sent an email to his supporters that said, in part, quote, "I urge you to give our country a Republican standard bearer that will appeal to the better angels of our nature and not only lead us to victory, but also lead our nation with civility." It's not very difficult to try and read between the lines of that letter to supporters. What did he have to say about his former boss, the ticket that he ran on last time around, and what that might mean for the rest of the Republican primary?
Well, as you noted, former Vice President Pence broke off from Donald Trump after the attack at the Capitol on January 6, 2021. And former President Trump has basically, spoken poorly of him and attacked him repeatedly over and over. Since then, attacking him when he announced he was running for president, poking fun at him on Truth Social, his social media site. And I think that's really been reflected in the will of the voters. You've seen Mike Pence really only be polling at low single digits. The most you've really seen is 4 or 5% at most. And that's, in a state like Iowa, where Mike Pence really needs to do a lot of work to cut down on former President Trump's lead and also break way through the other candidates like Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley. I think really what this shows, Lana, is that, former President Trump's grasp on the Republican Party is extremely strong right now. And for former Vice President Pence, who, broke off on a very big day for the former president, a very consequential day in the Trump presidency, he has not been able to recover and, grab the good graces of a majority of the GOP voting base right now.
Jake, one last question for you. Who benefits the most from Pence dropping out now?
Well, I think we'll have to see. Mike Pence has been going after evangelical voters the entire time of his presidency. He spent a lot of time in Iowa, a little bit of time in New Hampshire. But I think you have to look towards the more non-Trump options. A Nikki Haley, who's been surging in some polls, Ron DeSantis, and potentially some of the other candidates, too. I think we just have to see, where this tiny evangelical voting bloc that had been fervently in Pence's corner, it clearly had been dwindling a little bit, but we'll see where that ends up. And really, again, it's only a small percentage of the overall bloc. Again, Pence has only been polling in low single digits.
All right. Breaking news. Former Vice President Mike Pence dropping out of the 2024 presidential race. Jake Rosen, thank you.
Thank you.